12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Heavyweight Championship of the world. Boxing fans, are you ready? Let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, with his trainer Tony Sims and wearing white. This Olympic gold medalist now has a perfect record as a professional, consisting of 15 fights, 15 victories, 15 wins by knockout. He is the Commonwealth and BBBFC British champion and the WBC International Heavyweight champion, Anthony Jashua. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, with his trainer Henry Tillman, wearing gold and black. He has 24 professional fights, 23 victories, including 21 wins by knockout with 1 draw, and 13 of his last 13 fights are by knockout. The reigning, defending, undefeated IBF Heavyweight Champion of the World, Charlez.
Good camp too up in Big Bear.
For both of you in dressing room. I want to clean and a fair fight. The limit is the bell from your drinks. Okay, let's start the fight.
Officially, Charles Martin defending his IBF heavyweight title. But the hope of everyone in this arena is it's the coming of age of Anthony Joshua. One of opponents early. And Martin carries is particularly impressive, but he can hook with it as well, and it's the left hook. Looks to land the right hand, but he's
that jab established early on, just to get his.
Martin, should have later rounds. You heard what David Hayes said about that. The longer this goes on,
the cautious, aren't they? They know.
Well, they are waiting for an explosion here. There's Martin in front of him, circling. And then, as you say, Glenn, getting the jab going, but it's the right. Martin looked to move in and then checked.
Which I've always looked as a danger to double up the jab and get that long right hand on.
And catch a right hand, he's going to absorb a lot of that.
The novice apprehensive.
2 novices. Another right hand gets in from Josh. But Joshua's landed 2
to see what comes back from Joshua. Tries the left.
What an incredible atmosphere in that first round, David.
It looks as though...
But the feeling in this is Joshua, the Olympic champion. A man who beat in the amateurs as well, but that was a long, long, long time. Sparring Joey Abel, Minnesota Ice, remember him? Lost it. They came over, all to prepare him for this. There's an unsteady look about Charles Martin here, but Joff open to a counter.
Martin's a bit for trying to come forward a little bit more, trying to the left.
Got him! Right hand on the floor. Martin looks at. Now he's looking at the referee. But Joshua's had him on the floor, and there's still a round. And he's down again. And Joshua on the brink here. Looks like he's been wrecked. Destroyed as a new world heavyweight champion.
That he'd never been hurt, amateur or pro, in sparring, and that was a short reign, and we have a new heavyweight champion of the world.
Charles Martin did not want to get up. He beat the count, did not want it.
We've been saying, and I think you've agreed with this, he hits as hard as...
With those shots, they're going to hit the canvas. You know, he's a big, strong 17.5 ceiling. If he can land that shot on anybody, they're going to sleep.
But it was good the way he did it. He'd go, and when it did, it had that wonderful effect. And let him hit you with anything, because if you do, he's going to knock you out.
His right hands were getting through, that Martin was feeling them. Didn't want any part of that. Was that he'd never been hit like that in his life.
Yeah, as he said, he's never been decked before. He was completely out of his comfort zone.
He was just startled there. He was just looking there. The very first time it comes as a big shock, and he was bad.
Said is, I've got a granite chin. No one can damage me. I've never been hurt. I've got 10-ounce gloves on. a big specimen like Anthony Joshua hits you on the chin, you have
To have that sort of power, you got to keep out of the way. He was wide open on the cords and couldn't do anything else.
I didn't see any head movement in the first round twice for that.
Yeah, well, that's always been the weakness in his style, the fact that he's a side, and that looked just teed up and ready for a Joshua right hand as soon as he could get closer.
Wait for their opponents to come at them, step back and counter. He was having no success.
He's smiling as he's on the floor, not listening to the count. He can't even understand what the referee's saying, and look nowhere near making the count.
Looking in his eyes.
That will reverberate around the world of heavyweight boxing, whose reign is brief and painful.
Tries to extend the jab, leaves it, misses with a jab, and then straight away the reflex. Wasted nothing and took him out.
It's another win inside 3 for Anthony Joshua, his 15th.
And the journey has begun.
It really has.
I remember when Lennox, bust himself into history, and we knew that we were going to be on a challenge him and fight again. We look forward to it.
Well, one possible
The champion. It's onwards and upwards from here, in my opinion.
The end comes at 1 minute. Van Imshoot calls a halt to the contest after reaching the count of 10. The Fighting Gold Medal prize and new Anthony.
Because he really impressed a lot of people here with his attitude. Classy young.
I ain't going to get too carried away because there's still a lot of work to be done. We went 2 rounds. Fight, you'd have to go a long way. Does this top it tonight? 100%. Every fight gets. And I've been grinding my way here, and I just appreciate the ongoing support time. And feel like I was going to come out and punish him. I'll show him levels. I told you I'll show him levels. There'll probably be some negativity that Charles Martin was easy and so on, but now, listen, regarding all the hype and stuff, as I said, following the sport and all of us, keep on supporting us while we're here, because it don't last forever.
That belt makes you every single person here tonight. He made his debut in this arena. He won the British title. This guy is the most humble sportsman you could ever meet. He's just won the heavyweight championship of the world that young people can look up to. Anthony Joshua won the Olympic heavyweight championship.
Across Europe that night, no, in Manchester on that night. So will you go up against Klitschko and Fury?
Listen.
Firstly, got to give thanks to God. You've got to give thanks to your family.
Wow, we knew it might be dramatic, we knew it might be quick, but Anthony Joshua fulfills his destiny to
I believe Charles Martin believed in his chin a little too much. He's fought up until this point. He believed that he had a great chin. But by somebody who's 17 and a half stone, 6'6", you've got no...
He mistimed the count there at the end. Was the referee right to stop it after the second knockdown?
We was hoping that Charles Martin would use that southpaw advantage potentially.
The southpaw stance, really.
But he didn't make it a factor. He stood upright. He wasn't moving. When Evander Holyfield boxed Buster Douglas, he threw that love performance from Anthony Joshua.
Obviously, there's other champions out there, Johnny, and likes of Tyson Fury, who lost money tonight on a bet, but probably be glad it's next to you.
Actually, after that performance, I rate him a lot higher than what Simple. Remember, almost every professional fighter, world champions, and if we're honest with ourselves, thought it was going to be a tough night for him. So for him to do that, mix it with almost any of them in the top 10.
Yeah, you've got your own business to take care of, first of all. Did you see any weaknesses at all with Joshua?
Maybe a little bit of speed in the first round, as he was missing with a few rounds. You've got to be, but I'm literally looking for things. There was nothing to me. I fight is completely different to Charles Martin. They do say styles make fights. I don't stand up in the air. I'd relish the opportunity to fight someone like Anthony Joshua. I've never had problems. Vladimir Klitschko hit me on the chin. He never put me down. As I've got a bigger fight in world boxing.
Joshua fought emotionally here against Dylan White, or